everybody, Pastor Josh here. Got my buddy Elias. And so we're going to be reading you the story about Joseph and the coat of many colors today. And so this is what we'll be reading. We are reading from the Jesus Storybook Bible. Something I enjoy. It keeps it simple for the kiddos. But we also have a little craft for you and some questions afterwards, so stay tuned. But I'm going to ask Elias if he'll open with a little word of prayer. Can you do that?
Yeah.
All right, go ahead. Let's bow our heads.
God, thank you for this day. We hope that everybody at church would have a good time, and we hope that we have a good time reading this great story today, and we hope that you would have a great time and listening to the story that we read today. In God's name, pray. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, buddy. All right, so as I read, I promise you I'll show you each page so you guys can see it as well, okay? So this story is called The Forgiving Prince, and it's about Joseph and his brothers, and it's from Genesis chapter 37. And so Jacob had 12 sons, but all of his sons, Joseph was his favorite. One day, Jacob gave Joseph a splendid new robe. It was beautiful and rich with all the colors of the rainbow, but it made Joseph's brothers jealous. They wanted rich rainbow robes too. Then, to make matters worse, Joseph kept on having these special dreams. I dreamed I was the greatest. I was king, Joseph told his brothers, and you all bowed down to me. Now, I'm sure you know, even if Joseph didn't, that telling your brothers things like that isn't a very good idea. Joseph's brothers hated him even more. They wanted to kill Joseph and his dreams. And one day, that's exactly what they tried to do. They tore Joseph's rainbow robe off him and sold him to slave traders for 20 pieces of silver. The traders took Joseph to Egypt and made him into a slave. The brothers went home and lied to their father, telling him that Joseph was dead. That's the end of the dreamer, they thought, but they were wrong. God had a magnificent dream for Joseph's life. And even when it looked like everything had gone wrong, God would use it all to help make the dream come true. God would use everything that happened to Joseph to do something good. Meanwhile, though, things were not looking good for Joseph in Egypt. He was far from home and far from his dad. Then he got blamed for something he didn't do. And even though he had done nothing wrong, he was punished and thrown in jail. But God had not left Joseph. One night, Pharaoh, the king of Egypt, had a scary dream about thin cows gobbling up fat cows. What on earth did it mean? He didn't know, but Joseph was a dream expert, so Pharaoh sent for him. It means a famine is coming, Joseph explained. There won't be enough food. Pharaoh was so pleased by Joseph's skill that he immediately took Joseph out of jail and made him a prince. Now back home, Joseph's brothers had run out of food and everyone was hungry. God's special family was in danger. If they didn't get food soon, they would starve to death. So Joseph's brothers traveled to Egypt to buy food. They came and knelt before the new prince. His brothers didn't know that the prince was Joseph, but Joseph knew who they were. Joseph's dream, the one about his brothers bowing down to him, was coming true. "It's me," he cried. When they saw it was Joseph, his brothers were afraid. They had wronged Joseph. They had sinned against him, and they knew it. Now Joseph would certainly punish them. But Joseph looked at his brothers, and his eyes filled with tears. Even though his brothers had hurt him, and hated him, and wanted him dead, in spite of everything, he couldn't stop loving them. His heart, which they had broken, filled with love, and Joseph forgave them. Joseph threw his arms around him. "Don't be afraid," he said. "Behind what you were doing, underneath everything that was happening, God was doing something good. God was making everything right again. Joseph didn't punish them. He rescued them. He brought God's special family to life, to live safely with him in Egypt. One day, God would send another prince, a young prince whose heart would break. Like Joseph, he would leave his home and his father. His brothers would hate him and want him dead. He would be sold for pieces of silver. He would be punished even though he had done nothing wrong. But God would use everything that happened to this young prince, even the bad things, to do something good, to forgive the sins of the whole world. The end.
That was a really good story.
Hey everybody, got Malachi and Elias here, and we're just going to do a little bit of review about the story we just read. And so boys, can you help me out?
Yeah.
Alright, so what did Joseph receive from his dad?
A coat.
What kind of coat?
A rainbow coat of many colors.
A coat of many colors, yeah, a rainbow coat. Did his dad give a coat to everybody?
No.
No, he didn't. So do you think that made his brothers jealous?
Yes. Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, what was Joseph's dream about?
He dreamed about they're bundling up the.
What was Joseph's first dream about? What was he going to be?
Him in charge and then bowing down.
He was going to be in charge, wasn't he?
Yeah.
And who was going to bow down to him?
His brothers and his mom and dad.
His brothers and his mom and dad. Was God with Joseph?
Yes.
Always, right?
Yes.
Always. And so why was Joseph put into jail?
Because
he was framed for something he didn't do.
Yeah, he was.
Me.
It was okay. He was blamed for something that he didn't do. What did Joseph do that pleased Pharaoh and got him out of jail?
He told Pharaoh what his dream was about.
Okay.
He told him that there was not going to be any food.
Right, there was going to be a famine for 7 years, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but what was going to come before the famine?
A good year.
Good, yeah, 7 good years. And so they were going to be able to stockpile a lot of food, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so what did Pharaoh do?
He told everybody to.
He put Joseph in charge of telling everybody
Yeah.
to what to do, didn't he? All right, and what did Joseph do when his brothers came to him for food?
He
He
forgave
forgave
them.
them and provided for them.
Yeah, just like God does, right?
Yeah.
He forgives us and he provides for us, doesn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Awesome, good job, boys.
Hey Mountain View kids, it's Malachi here. We're going to do a simple and easy craft about Joseph and the coat of many colors. So what you'll need is a clean space, a piece of paper, a pencil, and something to color with. I'm using Crayola Twistables. You can use whatever you have. So, first what we're going to do is we're going to come over to about the middle, and we're going to draw a big rainbow all the way to the other side. Alright, then we're going to come over here, come in, and then come up. This will be his arm, and then come back down, and then stop. Come over and do the same thing on the other side. Yours doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to look like mine. And then once you're done with that, come in to about where your arm stops. Do the same over here. Come in, up to about to where your arm stops. And you're gonna come up a little bit more if you don't have enough space, and you're gonna make a Here, I'm gonna come up a little bit more, and then you're gonna make a circle, or a half circle. Then you're gonna come down and connect the bottom. Alright, see, mine is not perfect. You don't have to make yours perfect. Alright, now what you're gonna do is you're gonna go over it with just simple things. You can do whatever you want. You can do stripes, dots. I'm doing just different shapes. You can do whatever you want to design it. And once you're done, come over and color in with whatever you're coloring with, and color in your shapes. So you'll have different colored shapes. See, I'm just doing this. You can do this if you want, but you can do dots, stripes, zigzags, whatever you want. You can make it the same, you can make it different. Make it your way. Make it whatever you want to be. You can have animals on it. It doesn't really matter what you do. It's just a robe. Some of you have robes. You might have robes. Once you're done, remember, you gotta color these in. You don't want it to be a robe with just stripes on it, or dots, or anything that you do with it. It's gotta be colored so it makes it more beautiful. Alright, so then you're gonna take your colors, and then you're gonna color it. Alright. You don't have to use black or brown or whatever, just whatever colors you have. It doesn't matter. And just color them in. You can make it all the same color, different colors. You can make one side one color and the other side another color. Here's my finished project. I hope you had fun learning about Joseph and his coat of many colors. I'd love to see some of your drawings. Post a picture and share it with me. Have a great day and stay healthy. Bye.